You know those people that count the blinks? How's it going, everybody? I'm Max zoomed in once again. Of course, I deliberately do this to show my beautiful face. So sorry about that. So we got either that angle or that angle. I got my nice little skull in there. It protects me. I do voodoo and Satanism. No, I don't. Of course not. Oh, the light's on. Let me turn that light off for you in the background. Boom. Boom. There we go. There we go. I guess that's how it's going to be. Red, how's it going, my friend? Let me turn up the lights here. Yo, guy. There we go. Do you guys see me look a lot clearer that way, or it's my screen? I like having the intensity usually very low when I'm doing work on the screen, which I'll be working on the video this evening. I'll be talking with my friend David this evening for original photos of the moon. I greatly appreciate that. Thanks again, Red. Orangutan. Yes, like properly said, like a lot of people don't realize it. They say it's an orangutan. No, it's not an orangutan. For original photos, if you guys want a picture of the moon base that I talk about in Sinus Iridum, the promontorium to the left, a converted image on Pictorem, which is in all the links, the description of each video, all the links where you can contribute and or buy a poster of the image in every video, except for the streams. The streams, I don't post the links. I don't know why. I haven't. Who else is here? Mr. Christopher Rollins. How's it going, brother? Thanks a lot, man. False Teeth, Real Tarot. Hello. I trust that name. I trust that name. How's yes, I'm doing pretty good. Buddy, how's everybody doing? Vinny, how's it, Bruce? I'm doing pretty good, my friend. I thank you very much. What's going on in the news? Lots of launches, especially in the space news. Lots of launches. Starlink launching lots of launches. There's lots of launches that are canceled. Also, that we're seeing lots of launch cancellations. Am I repeating myself? Pat, how's it going, man? Good Friday, my friend, with Moonmaster. Thank you very much. And of course, thanks to all newcomers, which I highly doubt that there are any. So guess what? Last live stream, there was 569 watching at one point. So should have been about 3,000 to 4,000 views. And the video, you guys see 700 views, but it's actually rolling back. You know, some of you have seen me make the videos where I actually show them rolling back the views for whatever the reason. I don't know what that's going to give them. It's just going to take away $2 from me, but it's okay. That's okay. So they're rolling back the views on the live stream. I have yet to check the likes. Maybe the likes were taken off too. And the views, as they are rolling back, I reported it. And of course, I won't get a response by YouTube because YouTube doesn't really reply to me. Random Ralph, how's it going? Jen Wick, thank you very much for coming back, you guys. Thanks for the comments. How's it going, Darla Lama? Thanks for welcoming everyone. Hey, Pat, brother, here too, man. The chemtrails were really, really bad. This morning, too, they passed 4 times in the same flight pass. See, that's what was happening here yesterday in the evening. And today, like right now, it was a beautiful temperature, cool, just a perfect temperature for the human body with a breeze and everything. No sun. It was through the clouds the whole day for me anyways. Maybe some people got some clearings, but I didn't. Rod R, how's it going, man? Thanks, you guys. I didn't get any clearings, Pat. And yes, I saw a lot of chemtrail planes. I've been hearing a lot of big planes going by. I hear really loud planes up in the sky. And I said, whoop, something going on, because I don't get the big planes here. Like I said, they're offset from where I am. When they go to the Montreal airport, they're not passing over my head. Sometimes they're deviated. And it's very funny when you see the chemtrails over the St. Lawrence. Ouch, ears ringing. When you see the chemtrails over the St. Lawrence, often, well, not often, every time the planes will move over as they're spraying, and they go in a different, same trajectory towards the airport, but a bit more towards my way. And that's when we'll notice them more in the sky. Mr. His Highness in the house. Love you, brother. Thank you very much for being here, man. Yeah, Christopher, I don't know if it was you mentioning it the last stream, but for sure, it's honestly one of my own dreams for sure to have the chance to be able to witness a launch. I got Gate Smasher and the Stats channel. I don't know if it's the Stats or the official now. I think it is the Stats channel, Julie. And my friend Floyd had the chance to see some of those launches in Florida and stuff. That's really cool. How's it going, lover of the Lord in the house? How's it going, my man? If you want to jump on with me after when we finish the stream, might be a little late, but hey, man, put up a good chat. Be able to thank you in person, like I said. And thanks, man, for the contributions and everything, for the support of the channel. Really appreciate that. Later, False Teeth, Real Tarot. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Again, hi to you, David. Thanks, man. Michael in the house. Happy Friday to you, too. Thanks a lot, my friend. How's it going, BSN Rail? My man, commiserations to all. We need it, man, especially after the go damn Coco. Yeah. Day by day, more and more people doop anywhere for a few days to months after their buck, man. Yeah, absolutely. So I put in the sound effects myself for that. Isn't it a disgusting system where we can't even talk about certain things, especially not the monetized channels, unfortunately. El Viajero Astral 1330, and I probably really screwed that up. 1330, 38 y 13. I'm good at making up Spanish words. ¿Cómo estás? Bienvenido. Looking for my words, which is gracias. Thank you very much, my friend from Spain. Hi, from Spain. El Viajero. I hope I'm not destroying that. El Viajero Astral. 33. I want to know. Let me know. Felt the warmth of the sun today. Same here, Jen. But it was all white and hazy by the afternoon. It's exactly that. There was some warmth. It did feel it. And of course, for those that don't know, there's an incredible sunspot right now that is acting up. It's not a large sunspot, but it's large. But it's not the usual sunspot that would act up. Usually there's no activity on these smaller sunspots, and it's headed towards Earth. We're Friday, so by Saturday or Sunday it will be definitely facing us. It's already close to facing us, and it is really active. So for the next few days, we'll be checking that out. The more and more that I do the research with the sunspots and the heliophysics, it's really interesting. And you know what? I realize that science, and especially in the news, they're not talking about certain issues when it comes to the sun, like the serious issues. There's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of disagreements, of course, because science is always evolving. Very interesting subjects too. They're talking about the sun reacting, making Earth react, right? Like earthquakes and stuff. I've said it a long time ago, but there's been researchers that have said it a long time ago. Also, the what else? The Radcliffe wave. We'll talk to that at one point. The Y-Files we're talking about today, or a recent video was interesting. But nonetheless, the planets have a big interaction, and it causes Earth and the sun to react. So in other words, every time Earth changes its axis a little bit, especially in particularly 180 degrees, when there's an alignment of planets, no matter how many there are, 2, 3, Earth, Venus, Mars, and other planets aligned, it really affects the sun. And I'm really happy to have heard that. Again, Wi-Files was talking about it, mentioned a researcher from a long time ago that had mentioned that. And a lot of these researchers that talked about these theories about the sun have been ridiculed in the past. I think every researcher has most likely been ridiculed in the past. And like they say in science, the ones that said that there was no atmosphere on the moon, the ones that say that there's no creatures or living organisms, they will lose the minute they admit that there is. Any scientist that said that there wasn't a certain thing in an atmosphere in some exoplanet is going to lose credibility. For whatever the reason they're doing so, they really are. They're hiding a secret. I think we all know by now. They're definitely hiding a secret that they don't want us to know about. Star Hunter, how's it going, man? Nice to see you, brother. Thanks again for being here, man. The generous contributions, the support to the channel, everyone. Thank you very much. So the subs are rolling down. In reality, they're not rolling down. Is that there's a troll that has at least 100, 200 channels subscribed. Likes going up and down a little bit. But in reality, when my channel floats and the subscribers are locked, well, some trolls enjoy that fact. Let me tell you, we're approaching 100,000 subscribers, and there's only a handful, a couple of 100,000s of channels that have reached 100,000 subscribers. It's something that's very long to do sometimes, and some people they go up absolutely right away. It's all about how many people are viewing a channel. Obviously, when you have good traffic and there's people getting to the channel for whatever the reason. But again, when you post certain things that they don't want you to see, it's very easy for them to block off the traffic without even a mention of it. So you wouldn't know, honestly would not know. So the views are rolling down in the last video of the last live stream. Those of you that have come to the stream out of curiosity or have commented more or less, never mind the ones that comment, come back the next day to see if your comment's still there and to see if your if you did leave one on the video, is there, because I guarantee you they're taking them off. I get emails from a lot of you often that tell me and let me know about what's going on with that. And I appreciate that so much. Been seeing night spraying as of late after 3 a.m. crazy. Absolutely. And I see them with the infrared camera. When I go outside, I've even encountered UFOs through the clouds, but over top of the clouds and sometimes underneath the clouds, they are spraying. They're spraying chemtrails. And the chemtrails, it's not hard to know whether it's chemtrail or not. It's going to stay. It will not evaporate. It's going to widen out, or it's going to keep its shape or form. It's always depending on how windy it is. Sometimes the wind really makes the chemtrail travel across the sky. You can also witness that. Suspicious. Well, Bruce, Jesus, what the hell's wrong? Suspicious skies, 3045. Thanks for being here, my friend. Yeah, man, and I appreciate it, brother. But at 10 o'clock, it's going to stop right away, so you'll be able to get on right away with no wait and have ourselves a nice little conversation at the end of the evening, man, before I jump onto the videos. Jose Omar Aquino, thank you very much. Or Kino, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Long time, bro. Thank you, Jose. Listen, I remember a lot of you people, and over the years, not everyone has time always to stop by the channels, but I really appreciate it when you guys take the time to come back and check out the channel. Jose, how's it going, brother? I hope you're doing well. Orlando, Florida, beautiful place. Of course, my Floridian friends. Nalarino, thanks for coming back, you guys. Dion Joubert, comment ça va? How are you? I'm doing well. Merci. Thank you very much. Have a nice French twist of a name. So I'm just assuming you're speaking French. So thank you very much, Dion. Dion, hope I'm pronouncing that right, brother. And thanks to all newcomers, if there are any. Kevin, thanks for coming back, brother. Kevin Clark. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very, very sad things. And man, I'm telling you, Kevin, I've had the hardest of times being able to speak about that. I got strikes. I mean, they, completely obliterated me on any chance of me speaking out about that. They give you strikes. They warn you to talk about it again. They give me medical strikes. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what's going on. But the truth is out. It really is out of the bag. Everything actually is out of the bag, and everybody knows now. Uh, a lot of people know now, and the ones that don't, there's something about that. They really are probably mind controlled. You know, I mean, it's okay to listen to the news. I don't listen to it. Actually, I do for fun sometimes, just to see what they're saying. They're actually always saying the opposite. Anything big that happens, like Yellowstone right now, that by the way is cracking the hell. If Yellowstone explodes, Michio Kaku says that it will degut the United States of America, and the ash plume and force and height of the plume would go into the stratosphere and just go all around the world. So, you know, they don't talk about that in the news. They don't want people to know almost any of that. Actually, it's a little funny, don't you find they don't mention it? Darkest Gunnar, thank you very much. Hi, thanks for coming back, you guys. Having a lot of problems with my phone, whether I type or use my microphone, it changes. My end, I'm not going to go back each time and change it like I did now. Yeah, I hear you. And especially with me, don't forget when you guys come on and talk to me, or I got a lot of energy problems, you know, it's just ridiculous having a problem like that. You can't explain that to anybody. Everyone's going to laugh at you. Oh, Bruce goes to the store and the cash registers don't work. Ooh, Bruce must have spoons sticking to him. You know, it's funny though. It really is funny. Fidelio Montes, thank you very much. Can you see the nozzle spraying the chemtrails with your 14-inch? That's interesting. Actually, I'll tell you what, even a 3,000 or 2,000 millimeter camera is very accessible. The 14 might be a little close, actually, because the moon, I could only see a quarter of the moon with it. I'd probably see, I'd see the nozzle, boy. It would be the size of the screen. But it's funny you say that. I'd have to try and check more. I promise to check more, try and zoom up and see. Because you see, the joke is that I have a 2,000 millimeter camera and it's a 16 megapixel camera. The next one's going to be a lot more than that. These cameras are effing expensive. It's just blowing me away, the prices that they come out with these cameras. And even after several years, they last a long time. The prices, in other words, they last a long time up, you know. Thanks for asking that. I will definitely check that out. It might be just holes. We don't know, eh? Maybe it's coming through the regular ducts of the exhaust also. Who knows? We'd have to double check that. I've shown some planes, though, in the past, and not that long ago, where I've showed some planes where you can see that the jet spray is offset on the wing. That was very interesting. One and only once, I'd have to find that video again. It's up. I saw one, only one side spraying. That fascinated me. Not a long strip either. I also captured that. And by looking at the sky, looking at them, you can witness a lot of things that they're doing. They do a lot of weird things when you continually look at the sky. You'd be surprised. Hey, how's it going, my friend? I am Kai. Simply superstitious. There's a couple. Thanks a lot. I'm Kai. Much love to you, brother. There's a couple in Australia that found a UFO highway, but no one is ever going to believe it. You know, there's so many things that people won't take the time to believe, whether it's because they don't have the time or they just don't bother, or, you know, you could tell many people. I told a few of my neighbors that I've seen some things on the moon, like buildings and stuff like that, and the instant laughter that I get back, and I even get shoulder shrugs, and I get people to go, you know, stop it, you know, they don't want to know the truth. They really don't want to know the truth. Some people, I believe it's not deliberate. They're just really not ready for it, probably. Most likely, I don't know. Very interesting. It astonishes me. People aren't more interested than that. But again, a lot of people are interested. You look at all the UFO channels that it's just people sharing other people's UFOs, or some people even just talking about it with illustrations. You get millions of views. You get, you know, tens of thousands of comments, and people are really interested in space channels. I'm not mad at any channel for having a lot more views and a lot more traffic. Hats off to you, because it's hard to get through the algorithm. Thank you very much, Darla. Welcome to all newcomers, if you exist. Bruce, have you ever heard of anybody talk about anti-dark dark matter? Absolutely. Anti-dark matter. Yes, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I've heard Bob Lazar also talking about it. You see, with the spacecraft that he was describing, all the parts to it and the way this object functioned, in the center, it's like literally a CERN, right? That's in the center. Like there's a hadron collider inside of these spacecraft, that type, anyways, that he was talking about. And it goes around the energy, electricity, whatnot, goes through these metal tubes. And what happens is when it comes out, the matter that's on the outside, physical matter, air, everything, atmosphere, space, and time, contracts and pushes against what is created, the antimatter, anti-dark matter. I've also heard that, which is very interesting. And as a matter of fact, lover of the Lord, dark matter will change very soon. You're not going to hear them use that word anymore. As a matter of fact, dark matter doesn't exist. Dark matter is the term that they give to 90% of what's in the universe, which, by the way, they don't understand why the galaxies are holding themselves up at all, because there's not enough dark matter, they say, or matter or gravitational force that would hold up all the planets and all the objects in the solar system. So they're wondering how the hell some of these objects, I mean, look, there's even some planets, one of the planets in our solar system, Venus, I believe, is rotating backwards. There's lots of differences. They talk about all these moons, Jupiter's moons. They talk about Saturn's moons. They all have cores. Maybe not all of them. A lot of them do. The moons have cores, and they say that our moon doesn't have a core. I'm not doing half of the research on that at all, which is totally bizarre. They don't even know what the core is made up of. Sure, some say iron, nickel, and all that, but I don't think so. I don't think they know at all what it's made up of. Again, Y-Files was mentioning the size of the core of Earth. I was astonished. I was talking about it being the size of Mars. That would be pretty large, right? Some people have the theory that maybe the cores of some of the planets inside of the solar system are actually spaceships, and that's how they're getting around. It makes sense, but yeah, listen, dark matter and, black holes, they're just experimenting it. And we're just in the beginning of the evolution of science, really in the beginning of time, like as early as 1666, Isaac Newton and, theory of relativity in the beginning of the 1900s from Einstein. These are all things that are just the beginning. Everyone contributing, Nikola Tesla, everything they're contributing to be able to, we're far from being able to know what the frequency of the universe is, right? Really far from it. They talk about God particles. They talk about a whole bunch of things. CERN in the ionosphere manipulating weather. They can absolutely manipulate weather. They have the capability. They have the patent done to be able to manipulate weather. With the earthquakes that happened in Turkey, it didn't last very long, but for a day or two, the people over there were saying that it was the Americans that caused that earthquake. Do you remember that? I heard that in the news. So you're like, whoop. Well, what's going on? There's something that's going on. It's not right. They stopped talking about those things, but they can manipulate the weather literally. So the sun reacts based on where the planets are also around them. When there's a whole accumulation of conjunction or a junction of all these planets together and they align, it causes a lot of magnetism. Then it causes the sun to react a lot. And then it causes earthquakes on Earth, right? And that's actually a theory of a very famous researcher that mentioned it. I mean, it's pretty obvious looking at the sun. I can't say predicted because it's based on what the sun's showing me I'm able to easily predict in a way, if you want me to say that, because it literally is in the community. I know exactly when a coronal mass ejection is going to happen within 12 hours. And I've predicted it over 25 to 30 times because the sun tells me exactly when it's going to do so. Because with the camera, I can see the blur start on the sun. I see a waviness going around the sun. You see little objects that look like they're floating around the sun. Every time there's a coronal mass ejection, the plasma that's ejected from the sun, there's a lot of that plasma that remains around the sun in the sun's atmosphere, because yes, the sun does have an atmosphere. It remains around, goes around the sun for a long time sometimes. So, not only the nebulae are producing stars, there's the sun that can spit out large pieces. Look at the plasma that Betelgeuse a couple of years ago blasted out its entire chromosphere. Yeah, people have to wake up with what's going on. Johnny Five, thank you very much, sir. How's it going, man? Yeah, man, you got to take a break, brother. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that, brother. Good. Are there newbies here tonight? Let's see. I haven't seen. Yes, I've seen a couple. Hey, my pleasure. El Viajero Astral. Muchas gracias. Thanks, my friend. Welcome. Bienvenido. 28 thumbs up. I'll take it. 55 watching tonight. Trolls aren't here this evening, eh? Most people are brainwashed. You're absolutely right about that. It's sad. There's a lot of fighting going on in the families too, because a lot of people are disagreeing with themselves. Some people wanted to do certain things, take certain things, and some people didn't want to take certain things. So it affects us all. The stress that the system is forging onto us is something very stressful. It's an emotional strain. Even the ones, if you're like me, and I know a lot of you are, I have a lot of willpower. I also have a lot of sustainability. Yeah, I can take the bullshit and just not flip out and just let things go by and not worry too much about the system. But it takes a toll when the system starts getting really evil, like we've seen recently with what's going on, right, with the system. It's horrible, and we can't say too much about it. On top of it, I'm on the inner edge of the outside part of Yellowstone Blast. Yeah, you'll be the first to have rain down on you, man. And listen, I'm Kai. How can things not be popping right now? This, but I feel something very good is going to happen, and not in a couple of days. I feel really soon. I think maybe something incredibly good tomorrow is going to happen. Um, Things are bound to pop. Everything's out of the bag, literally. Now every single thing's out of the bag, and people are just not looking at everything that's out of the bag. It's not everybody. Ask a neighbor if they ever go to listen to Congress, or if they sit down, or here in Canada listen to, House of Commons and listen to what they're debating about. Not many people do so. Nobody has a clue about what they're talking about. They're literally making laws without anybody having any say in anything. They're just literally making laws and changing laws and writing bills and changing articles and whatnot and adding articles, and people don't know what's going on. Fidelio from Belize. Hey, bellissimo. Thank you very much. I'm seeing lots of traffic in our night skies. They appear for 20 to 30 seconds and then disappear into the night skies. Wish I had a 14-inch telescope. Fidelio, right on. Thanks for observing, man. Yeah, listen, there's a lot of stuff flying around in the sky around the world. It's just absolutely astonishing. Don't forget, the Pentagon in the States is talking about all these lights, and they're seen all over the world. And say to yourself, it's going on again right now. Like last year in 2022, there were a lot of sightings, and they're just coming out. They're being leaked out, or they're coming out with the Freedom of Information Act. Not a lot of people are wanting to divulge anything related to the UFOs. The government doesn't want to tell us anything about it. That's for sure. Sammy M. Hey, thanks for being here. Cindy, nice to see you. Thanks, Darla. Get out of the cities and suburbs. They will put in 15 cities of spring and drought. Yeah, lots of people are going to be trapped. Some people are just going to walk right into it like moths walk, fly into a light, just boom, walk right into the horrible things that are going to occur. Yeah, I hate this Zoom camera. I'm really not like digging that. You dig it? Hey, the last Australian, thanks for being here. Oh, everything's jumping up. Sold the farm, the West Report. ScoMo sold the farm, the West Report. Yeah, lots of news coming in, eh? I saw the jet following a light black line spraying in its trail. Okay, I want to talk about that, Pat. Listen, a lot of people tell me every time I've said that, I said that as far as 3-4 years ago. I witnessed it too. It's not a chemtrail line. It's literally a black effing line in the sky, like somebody drew it with a crayon. It goes across the whole entire sky in a straight line. And the planes, you always see one that goes exactly over that black line. And people say, oh, it's just a shadow. It's not a shadow because when the chemtrail sprays it and the chemtrail moves over, there's no black line anymore. I saw that, Pat. I saw that exactly what you said. But I'm telling you, a lot of people keep telling me it's a shadow. It could be. I don't think it is because they say that it's a shadow. A lot of people keep telling me that, oh, it's a shadow, Bruce, that cuts into the clouds. But if there's no clouds, a blue sky, and you see that black line, I have seen that. I've even filmed it before. And the film, as a matter of fact, Pat, it's an avion. It's a plane that's following that black line exactly like you said. It was going from west to east. Those mountains ain't good, but then again, Cumberland Valley will be a trough. Yeah. When Yellowstone blows, boy, I tell you, it's going to change everything, eh? Thanks a lot, Darla. You guys want a base on your wall? Check out my small Pictogram gallery. It's in the description of every video except for the streams, and you guys can check it out. Thank you so much for being here. Any newcomers? There's not that many. I only see about 2 or 3, but I really appreciate that. My friend El Vlajero Astral, muchas gracias por venir a mi canal de investigación. A mi español, un poco, un poquito, un poco. Really rusty, but I love the Spanish language. As a matter of fact, El Vlajero Astral, I even have mi canal de investigación of Nice, Astronomia of Nice. I have a Spanish channel where I study like for an hour or two, and I make a video and talk about the UFOs, so you can check that channel out too. You click on canal, on channel, on my because most Spanish people, they understand English and French and stuff. You guys understand a lot of languages. You have a tendency of speaking more than one language. Anyone seen the new AI developed rocket engine? A little scary. I've seen it. I've seen some of it, and I don't like the future of what's coming. Imagine letting rockets go up, having their own mind to do what they want. It's going to start getting a little scary, very scary. Mr. Steve Towers is in the house. Thank you very much. How's it going, brother? Lovely to be here again. Mr. Towers, it's lovely to have you here. Thank you very much for being a member. Thanks for all the support on all the platforms and, many contributions in many ways, but coming here to comment also. I love you, brother. Mr. Towers, a lot of paranormal activity happening in this house. I'm telling you, I hope to maybe one day catch a little more with the camera, maybe even get some equipment. For whatever the reason, it's following me around everywhere. I'm destroying digital devices too for some reason. Starting to wonder if it's not hackers. Maybe it's just me screwing up the numbers when I'm near my channel. Mr. Towers, thanks again for listening in, for being here. I appreciate that. They call it dark matter because they don't know what it is. Exactly. That's exactly why they call it dark matter. It's just something dark, which is because they haven't understood the frequency yet. There's many frequencies that we've not ever been able to see through yet. There's many frequencies that we have been able to see through. You have the Space Force that want to resurrect is the best word to use, the Spitzer telescope. That was first started in 2020, was sent up, and it's an infrared telescope. So they're going to be needing the infrared telescope. Of course, they're going to be tasked with analyzing the UFO lights that are around Earth and in deeper space. So they're going to need that infrared telescope and access to it. They're asking, and I think already sent up high-tech satellites with very optics and everything on it, maybe even some weapons, obviously, because they're going to have to protect and defend. This is something very serious that could be coming in from the outside, guys. For real, it really could be alien invasion. We sent out probes, New Horizon, Voyager 1 and 2, and we sent out all these satellites far out into deep space now, into interstellar space, the Voyager spacecraft 1 and 2, right? To be able to contact a intelligent alien life. Somebody sees that, which they will, because I'm pretty sure aliens exist, other beings. They're going to come towards Earth. They're going to come and see who the hell we are, right? I don't think it's a very good thing to have done what we did. I think it would have been better just waiting for an alien race to arrive and giving us maybe 100 more years to be able to up our defense, because I know that we're probably very advanced, more than what they're telling us we are, but I think we have a lot of innovation to do, a lot of advancement in technology. Is it, we don't even know if we're literally back engineering UFO real craft from alien beings, or is it just that we're flying around in them? But somebody said, very good mention at the last stream, said, Bruce, if we were the ones flying around those UFOs, there wouldn't be anyone left on Earth. They'd be using the UFOs to abduct and do whatever, right? It could also be exactly what they're doing now. It really could be. Thank you, Darla. Always a pleasure to have our friend Steve Towers. Thank you very much, man, for being here. Yes, I know something has to be there, but they don't know what it is. I think you're right about that. Satan Force the V. So they just called it dark matter. Exactly. They don't know what the frequency is. They don't know what it looks like. So getting a 4K more for the end of the world. We just need some capsules like the Nazis had in their pockets of poison when it gets really bad. 9. Science evolves. It is all vibration and patterns. It is vibrational energy and frequency. Everything and anything that vibrates has a vibrational energy is alive. In a way, trees are alive like us. They have that vibrational energy, like a squirrel's tail. As funny as that, squirrel is balancing itself on the wire. You're wondering how the hell can he do that with the nuts in his mouth and whatnot. He's staying straight as a board on the wire, but his tail is going like that and actually keeping him up. I bet you a lot of people haven't noticed that. Look at a squirrel on the wire. He's going straight as a board, but his tail's going like this, keeping everything up going. Vibrational energy. Everything has vibrational energy. There's a lot of invisible living organisms around Earth, around all the planets, and in space. Those jellyfish, the tether incident, they proved it. It's all been proven that there are biological beings, entities. Are they intelligent or not? We don't know, but some do exist. We saw them. We see them literally in NASA footage, and some of that NASA footage was even taken down. I showed the STS-45 at one point, the STS-75. These are all missions that they don't linger on talking about too often. And I'm pretty sure I say it often, once Buzz Aldrin, not wishing him any harm, but when he does pass away eventually, and he's pretty much one of the last people that was on that mission. And, they're going to be able to divulge a lot more about what went on the moon. Then again, you got the supposed Apollo 17 that went, these people are alive, lots of them, and they're going to be questioned if ever they divulge exactly what's on the moon. So, now they're going to land Artemis people on the moon, the next landing in the southern pole. I wish they would have landed more in an area where we would be able to see them, but I don't think they're going to. We don't know what they're going to do. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully they will show us a lot more than they they showed us on the landing, right? The landing of Apollo, which was an illustration, by the way. Buzz Aldrin admitted it. He also explained to a little girl that they never went to the moon from her classroom on the stage. I remember all that, and it's like the news doesn't show those things. Why don't they show those things? And if they're not shown on the news, do you realize that? I don't know what the percentage is, but there must be like 85% of the world literally watches the news and doesn't believe conspiracy theorists, which it's sad to call anything of what we believe in conspiracy, because it's really not. Conspiracy theorists over the years are proving themselves to be right. Pretty much every theory that they've touched so far. As Australian says, Australia is in deep trouble both socially and ecologically. Yes, it is, unfortunately. As a place becomes extinct, they land millions of mostly third world migrants. They're doing that like they're doing with at the southern border. It's just absolutely horrible. It's just absolutely horrible. Super Dave. How's it going, brother? Love you, man. Black moon tonight. Yeah. Same here. It's like more like black sky. He says his state has rain tonight. They're announcing some for tomorrow and possibly tonight here too. I'll have to check once I get off after this talk with my friend David. But I'm telling you, the weather, more and more, we're going to be seeing a lot of rain. There's going to be a lot of heat that's going to be coming for some people. There's going to be a lot of cold regions. Might even still encounter some snowy regions. Who knows? I like that. I can imagine that. I can envision that. Thanks for sharing. So kind of you, Darla. Absolutely. Thanks for everyone taking the time to come on back. Lest we forget, my friend. Scratch in the house. How's it going, man? Thank you very much for being here. Karen Fitzpatrick, how's it going? Stopping by, thumbs up. Always appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hey, shit happens, brother. Thanks again, Darla. Jimbo, thanks for coming back, you guys. Just jumping on after Judicial Watch. Glad to see you guys again. Judicial Watch. It's the most amazing things going on watching the judicial system right now. I'm telling you, watching what's going on with the laws, the changing of the laws, everything that, you can look up how many articles, bills, and laws that each president passed, and you can find out a number and a list of how many they passed through Congress. And I'm telling you, Biden's going to town, just boom, 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 literally just basically changing everything that was changed by Trump, just putting everything back. Vladimir, thanks for being here. My friends from Serbia. Serbia in the house, Bruce. What happened with your home entity ghost? Nothing happened. He's dead and he's still here. He's still floating around, that's for sure. I get a lot of activity on top of it. As a matter of fact, I could probably call one now just during the stream to have, some shit happen, lights go on and off. But again, people just believe that it's me with the long arm, Bruce's long arm, or his light switch on a cord or something with he put a button on an extension cord to be able to turn off the lights, or people have a hard time believing real videos. People didn't like my bag moving. Hey, I wish it could have been a skull statue, but what do you want me to say? It was a bag hanging on hanging on the cupboard. Very heavy bag that was moving upon demand. Ghost videos are up for those that haven't seen it. But of course, if I was to say that I'm gonna start a ghost channel and every day I'm gonna make a video and start filming ghosts, it's gonna be one video every 6 months, right? I see a lot of activity and every day things happen. But if it's just something like a noise or a voice that goes, you got to take the time to film it. You got to catch them at the right moment. Even if I do set up cameras all around the house, do a lot of that activity outside with the infrared cameras. Got a lot of really cool videos interacting with this guy. Rose, thank you for being here. Love ya. Bruce, my dear brother, when it starts, there will be chaos supreme. It will. And it's going to happen so fast. You know that we're all going to be cut off. No one's going to know what the hell's going on, probably for weeks or months. But things are going to get back. That's for sure. I was on my beach trip. I showed my neighbor, says, suspicious guy, neighbor, some pictures, and he freaked out. Couldn't believe it. So I asked him if he took pictures around the same time, and he had the same pictures. See, that's evidence, eh? And a lot of people just don't believe some of the things that are going on. Serbia, that's always a pleasure. I'm telling you, FBI is getting caught for being corrupt. Yes, finally. That poor FBI whistleblower. I'm telling you, you see, there are laws for whistleblowers on the inside. And those laws, the American laws, are written to protect them. But the problem is the FBI is looking over those laws. The FBI is causing problems for the whistleblowers. A lot of people, the leftists, the asses, the assholes, the woke, the Dems, are causing a lot of problems for that FBI whistleblower. And if you're not laughing, what's going on, my brother? If you're not laughing at the way that they're talking about seeing all the people hating the inside whistleblower, discrediting him, saying, what a dumbass, what the hell's going on with the world? Are you kidding me? Whistleblowers are protected, especially when they come out on the inside. And it takes a hell of a lot of balls, I'm telling you guys, because they have to really be sure that there's another branch, association, or something that's going to be there for them to help them through it. Because if not, they're going to eat them alive. It's not hard. I'll say like Alex Jones says, FBI is going to get a warrant, and maybe not to the point of planting dope, but you know what I mean. That's what they do. They make shit up. They can change laws. They apply laws where they want to apply the laws. They exclude laws. They look over laws, unfortunately. There's been talk about not just the FBI, but the CIA. There's talk about a dismantling of them. I'm going to start there probably, eh? New moon yesterday. Well, the 19th, new beginnings. Are we ready? I'm telling you, Mr. Towers, I don't know. I'm ready. I'm ready to accept it, but I know for a fact a lot of people are just not going to they're going to be sucked in. Like the Pink Floyd video, The Wall, where you see them with the masks, no expression, just all face masks, because we're all just numbers falling over into the meat grinder. That's basically what people are doing right now. They're walking off the face of the earth. Found out a whole lot of things going on here in Canada. Absolutely despicable. And the fact that they're stopping us from talking about certain things, very concerning. But I don't think it's going to last forever. That's for sure. They are at one point going to be able to, we will be permitted to talk about certain things, but things are getting very, very bad. There's a lot of corrupt people in all the fields, the judicial system, the military, medical, whatnot, but they're not all in the same boat. Some people are saving us on the inside. We just don't know how many people are trying to save everything on the inside, but I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I'll say like you, Mr. Towers, are we ready for the new beginnings? Because we really are in a time of revelations and new beginnings. If any of you have not ever read Revelations, you don't have to. You can go on YouTube and have it play out. Somebody read it to you. It's very interesting. And why? Because never more than now, the story of Revelation sounds like they're talking about the year 2023. Literally talking about literally right now. Crazy times that we're living in. Bobby Cat, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hello, just getting ready to leave work. Glad I caught your live. I love you for it, Bobby Cat. I hope you and family are well, working hard, obviously, as you always are. Thanks for the generous contribution, Bobby Cat. Thanks for listening in, for commenting, for watching the videos. I appreciate that so much. Things jumping around here. Jump around, jump up, and get down. Nato McNato in the house. Hi, Bruce and all. A little late, but happy. Hey, better late than never, my friend. Darla, thanks always for mentioning that, because I do appreciate seeing the double streamers. And that's those of you that come back time and time again for more than one stream, even during the same day. Between your schedules. Thank you so much. Most of the time, the UFOs are cloaked. Absolutely. But you take many photos per second, you can catch them. You're absolutely got a hair, man. You're absolutely right about that, Satan Force. I'm telling you, you're absolutely right about that. And here's the thing: I had the chance of capturing 10, maybe 9 or 10 UFOs that way. Nobody wants to do it because it's long. I found the drones going by during the day, which are still UFOs, unidentified flying daytime objects. They're going by in the middle of the day. When you slow down the footage, you can see them. I showed in one of the last few videos something going by fast in the sky where people still want to. I know it's just the trolls, but still, when they say it's insects, it's not insects. Insects don't have a fast speed when they're crossing unless they're close. It's not hard. A bird is close, it'll look big, it'll go by fast, you'll see it blurry. Because telescopes don't pick up everything. They pick up, there's I'm going to explain myself here. When you get a beautiful image, take an image, or whether it be a macro shot with a camera or just a regular picture, when you take that picture, you'll see that the flower, if you take a picture of a flower, the flower and maybe the bee on the flower will be in focus. But the background, the fence, the farm, the person, the car will be out of focus. Depth of field. You can't get both depth of field and you can, but it's a manipulation. It's understanding how the frame rate works, how a camera works, quite simply. Bugs, don't even think of it. I deliberately show bugs on videos so that people know what they look like. I showed fireflies with the infrared camera, and you still see them going like that. You'll know it's an insect, right? But at night with a camera, people say a telescope's going to pick up insects. It's totally stupid. You're not going to pick up an insect, see an insect's wings and going by in the middle of the telescope. When you're zoomed out, 14-inch telescope onto a crater on the moon, you're not going to see an insect in front of the telescope. As a matter of fact, if you have a telescope, no matter what the size, go in front of your telescope. Stand in front of your telescope. Put your face right into it. Record it. When you get inside and you look at your video and you see that you were able to see the moon through your head and face, it's because of the bending of light. Telescope goes and gets light, goes and gets what's behind you, much like how, quite simply, the invisibility cloak was made by the bending of light. When light wraps around you in a cloak, it's stupid. It's like big whoop. I'm telling you, that's exactly what happens. Put your arm in front of a telescope and you're not going to see your arm. Yeah, absolutely not. It's impossible. You're going to see a fluctuation in the center, a little blur possibly, but you're going to see right through it. The same way when I'm filming the sun or the moon going down behind electrical wires, the electrical wire disappears and you can see the whole moon. It's because the light's bending around the wire. It's silly. But that's exactly what's going on. Pat, thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Trudeau must go and bring in Pierre to fix a Trudeau effing mess. It's beyond a mess, Pat. He's a prick. Trudeau, I can't get over what he's doing to the country. He's destroying it. A lot of people got caught, from China and stuff, in politics and stuff. Anyways, can't talk about it too much, but yeah, lots of stuff going on that side. 65 watching now. I thank the 65 people that took the time to come by. So 65 people watching. Why don't you all take the time to give me a good thumbs up? Will help the creator here. inspire me, impress me. I dare you. In all honesty, I'm figuring days now, maybe just hours. Yeah, because I'm telling you, things are about to pop. We're like in the calm. We're like in the middle of the eye of the storm, where we can't feel any rain or anything around us, but it's just about to get back, going over us. It's been too long. I am Kai. You'll probably agree with me. I was sure at least 2 months ago that things were going to pop. Honestly, like when I really started saying it, you started saying it too. Like, well, we're close, ticking the hour. We're down to the last minute. We're down to the last second. I mean, shit's about to hit the fan. As a matter of fact, a lot of stuff is happening. It is, man. We're living in the matrix. Living in the matrix. And we're living in a physical illusion. It's an illusion, but it's a physical illusion. Things are all screwed up around us. There's glitches and stuff. It's almost exciting, though. Eh? It really is almost exciting when you think of it. Did you, I'm Kai? Yeah, you were mentioning that about the Matrix dream. Well, you know what I did? Uh, might be stupid. I do it myself, and I'm sure some of you do. And if not, you have to. Um, when you go to bed, or even now, like, have you ever taken the time to really notice that there's a lot of thoughts coming into your mind, even if you're just wandering down the street? No matter where you're looking at a tree. You might not realize it, but then from that tree, you see forests. You might see a Christmas tree, or you might see a falling tree, somebody felling a tree in your head. But I did a test, and I've been doing it often. I did ask for messages, and I am getting them. It's incredible, with some type of higher being, higher force. And I just sat there and I said, can all the thoughts that are coming into my head be actually thoughts, um, that are giving me a message? Like, instead of just getting random images, can you, whoever you are, talk to me through those images? Send me some images that, um, I wouldn't expect to see in my head, or maybe even think of myself. And it gets really scary because I get these, not thoughts, I can see visual images appearing in my mind of things I probably could never have thought of before, that just all of a sudden I'm thinking of them. And sometimes I feel that it's not my thoughts. Isn't it weird? I guess. But there's nothing wrong with experimenting on, reaching out to the beings or whatever's around us, the energy that's around us. I think it's healthy. I think it's exciting. Protect yourself. Everybody should know this by this point. Not going to talk about bullshit, or you get into the chakras or whatnot, whether you believe it or not. I'm just going to tell you, you need to put a ball of light, of energy around you, right? A shell, and repel out evil. You have to say it. Why do I say it? Because when you say it out loud, often you will think it, and it's more of a certain thing. If you're just thinking it and you're not saying it out loud, sometimes the brain might not pick up on just that thought. I'm telling you, because don't forget, they say that the brain doesn't cause, or create creativity. Creativity comes from something outside of your body, that's either entering through the light, through your eyes, the pineal gland. It's very interesting. Scientists, the professionals, say that themselves. A brain doesn't cause creativity, doesn't make somebody sing well, right? I always thought it was, but it's not. It's not. The brain is a processing center that processes thought and reactions, feelings, and whatnot. Whoop, Dara just disappeared here. That'll make me go all the way down there. The Stats is in the house. Hello there, Julie Stats. Thank you very much. Yes, Jason John Swartz. You guys want to know about fasting, guys? About health and fasting? I suggest you people that are overweight, if you fast for 2 days, you might lose up to, including the water weight, you might lose up to 6-7 pounds, guys. Take the time to do it. You'll impress yourself. You'll feel better. Lee's, I ain't gonna force nobody. Didn't like people forcing me. I've had the pain in the dragon part of my brain lately from thinking too hard. I think I hear you, and I've been there. Thinking too hard, having too much in your brain. Also, I even went through that at one point. I'm telling you. Don't worry, lover of the Lord. I'll get off like 15 minutes before 10 there. Won't keep you waiting. The guy's like, this fucker Bruce has been keeping me waiting. You guys are really cool, contributing, asking to talk to me and stuff like that. I mean, I love each and every one of you for helping this channel stay up. For those that are new to the channel, this is my full-time job. I do this for a living, by the way. These videos aren't for fun. It's my lifetime living and only job. So when you come here, it's a free channel. Ones that contribute, there's always beautiful people, and it helps, of course. And watching a video, giving it a thumbs up also really helps. Is our friend John Claude Beyond Mystic here? Since I scrolled all the way down, I was supposed to go see Darla here. Where am I? Salut, bye! Je ne fais que passer pour mettre un pouce bleu. Janine, je te remercie beaucoup. Passe une soirée incroyable. Eye to eye. Right, matey. Matey or milady. I guess the pirates would say to the ladies. I wish I was a pirate, I'm telling you. That's what I was in my other life. There he is. My friend Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 003. Guys, I'll be soon having yet again another interview with my friend Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic. We have a lot of fun together talking about space and the recent news. We have a lot of laughs too at the same time with the seriousness. But do take the time to check out Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 003. You know why he has 003? Because he keeps having to reopen a channel. He had some problems. He was put down, so he would definitely appreciate you taking the time to subscribe to his channel. I'm sure I got some subscribers from his channel the last time, but it indicated that I had lost like 80. So that was the attack, which we're all used to here. Again, John Claude, I really appreciate you stopping by my streams, man. Love you, brother. Jason Bresney, how's it going, man? I'm still not down to Darla yet, eh? Bobby Cat, thanks again. Lover of the Lord, thanks, man. By no means do you need to get off exactly at 10 for me. Stay up to midnight a lot of time. No. I know, man. No, because today was a hell of a big day. No, for sure. We'll be off at 10 maximum. But no, I hear you, man. I know it's not Lover of the Lord is taking me off of the scene, but I'm happy that you did stay. You are staying on later so that we can at least have a little bit of chat. This is something we can do many a times, my friend. Also, Lover of the Lord, thanks, man, for the contributions. Honestly, really appreciate that. Wrote to Lisa B last week, didn't answer me, and I don't know for Leah. Yes, came back. I saw Leah. If Lisa B is Lisa Birch, I'm not sure she changed her name. I could be hallucinating. Let me scroll down and see Darla. Patreon channel, and there's also the My Event for those that want to contribute. I don't touch the money for my event. It's for eventuality, bigger equipment. And when you come here and you contribute here, it's super cool. Some people, often enough, you contribute on the thanks button on a video. If you appreciate the video, you drop $2 in. Always very helpful to the channel. Where's Darla? Oh, Gate Smasher. I saw him this time. You guys are used to me by this point. You must be saying, son of a bitch, he's not going down. Thank you, Bobby Cat. Gate Smasher, thank you very much. Contractors for Moon Development and Mars. Listen, even not Buzz, but Neil Armstrong, this guy was a guy who made blueprints. He was an architect and stuff. He had to do a lot with building and foundations and stuff. So he would go to a site, and look at that site to see if there was a possibility of building. So they obviously looked to see if the moon was solid enough. They can do that with an explosion. Like a lot of you know, they dropped something on the moon and it rang like a bell. They were able to tell exactly how dense the surface was many a times, and they've also witnessed asteroids. I want to try a small drone. I'm telling you, Julie, I can't wait, and I'm going to be getting an infrared one that will be able to travel around at night, or hopefully maybe I'll be able to do both with it, because that's a plus. Being able to use that, being able to witness a lot of sight, especially you, Julie, with the places that you go to, would be absolutely amazing. I'm going to get there, Darla. Yes, I have, Annabone. I have seen that. I've also seen the plane with the big satellite on it, which is often taken out only during wartime or something very serious, when there's world exercises. Aleaos Valhatlo, merci mon frère. Merci vraiment beaucoup. Again, Pat, thank you so much, man. Very important number 22. Darla, I'm going to get there. Beautiful sunsets lately, but it's that way due to smoke from the wildfires. Absolutely, the wildfires. I have to look into seeing how bad they are. I heard they're pretty bad. I wonder if it's more covering up the sky than just chemtrails. You see, a lot of times if that theory comes up here, Rose, because yes, it could absolutely be that. Listen, I've even came up with a theory, and I'm sure many of you have too, or thought of it. It could be hiding the moon people from being able to see certain bases or areas, or installations of some types that they're hiding. Okay, so I'm hallucinating now. So now I'm scrolling right down to be able to see Darla's contribution. There it is. Damn. Hey, thank you, Darla. I'm a model, you know what I mean. I do my little dance on the catwalk, on the catwalk, on the catwalk. Yeah, I'm just doing my little dance on the catwalk. No, not yet. I'll do it in hiding. Like, I will definitely pick up a Speedo in hiding and just look at myself in the mirror and say, fuck, yeah, oh shit. If ever that happens, I mean, I don't see that happening ever. I was born too big to be in a Speedo. Wilberforce, Presto, hey Bruce, is A-OK. I love you for it, and I thank you. Kind words, guys. You know it's therapeutic. You know that's healthy. It's like a depression pill. When like a depression pill, when you guys support the channel this way. Coming to the streams, you guys have no idea how much you're keeping the channel up. Aleaos Valhetla, merci mon frère. Je t'aime fort, man. Écoute, une affaire qui est sûre, c'est moi qui va payer la bière à camping, OK? Paye tout ça, mon homme. Je vais coucher à ta tante, par exemple. Non, des jokes. Le gars, il arrive là que c'est short et rien d'autre. Always is. Yep. I was homeless in Hawaii and saw several, wow, man, operations, and no, it was targeted, and others asked me to move because of all the activities causing them problems. Excuse me. Because of it. Hate that when I get that phlegmy like that. Marilyn, welcome. Marilyn, welcome. You're a sweetheart. Thank you very much. Right on, Mr. Towers. Thanks for the energy, you guys. Did you know that you puke if you die with any food in your stomach and crap and pee yourself? Yeah, I did actually, and I'm concerned that I knew that. It's like he's like, yeah, puke, yeah. Are you like me? Are you uh I know it's probably something I wouldn't want the cops or anyone to know. I'm totally into forensics. I'm totally interested in what happens to the body after death, and I'm interested in finding out if a soul is real. I get into these really dark websites, and I say dark not because they're disgusting, because they talk about these really creepy, weird things. Long time ago in the 1800s, and I'm repeating myself, but maybe some of you haven't heard it. They did an experiment, and 1800s for me was the year. In the 1800s, there's so many experiments on the human body that they did. They got both Russia, the States, a whole bunch of countries that were doing experimentation on the dead bodies. How else do you think that the movie Frankenstein came to be? Because they're doing experimentation. A lot of people say there's some truth in movies. Yeah, yes, definitely a lot of truth in the movies. Man, crazy music, Space Jam. Thank you very much for the generous contributions, you guys. You guys can check out Crazy Music Space Jam's channel too. Check out his music setup, guys. That's his second channel. That's Aliaus Vahatla's channel. Thanks for the contributions. Aux deux chaînes, merci mon frère. Thank you very much, you guys. You awaken to something new every day, Bruce. From the inside out, you will grow. Absolutely. I'm always learning, I'm always trying to better myself, always trying to learn. I know that's the Mason's motto, but, has nothing to do with it. There's a lot of misconception about everything, right? Sure, Satanism's bad, but do we know anything about it? Nah, of course not. People don't take the time to look deep into everything. And obviously, we don't have time to look into all these different fields and stuff. I tell you, this line of research with the UFOs and stuff, I came to understand that certain people are blessed. Some people are, luckier than others, or worse off than others, that tend to go through certain things in life that some people never experience. Some people see things that other people don't experience. And it takes somebody with a very good heart to be able to talk honestly about a paranormal event that changed his or her life, and to remain honest, to not add that there was maybe a angel that told me this thing, or if there wasn't, like, why mention her? um, I've never seen that. I've never seen, yeah, I've seen some coincidences, and sure, I've even felt. I'm not even a Catholic, not even practicing. I'm spiritual, spiritual practitioner is how I see myself. But I feel I've encountered women figures, male figures, and sometimes, most often, just shadows. Right? I'm not saying people that see angels, it doesn't exist, but it just sort of upsets me that everybody sort of sees the same thing. And when somebody talks about seeing a spirit, it's often the same thing. Um, Maybe it's not spirits or ghosts that we're seeing. Probably seeing other parallel worlds where people are looking at us too. And it's only when there's that, maybe the Radcliffe wave, maybe the space and time that's being reverberated, shifting. When that shifts, like a heavy dense star, hear me out, is sitting in space, creates a dimple in space and time where things press together. See light bending around these objects. And I believe that there is a fabric or wall that we can see through or go through. And it's obviously something that's literally alive, where we can see entrances and portals sometimes, and you're just at the right minute sometimes. Hey, maybe it's not the ghosts themselves that are coming through. Maybe it just so happens there's an opening, and what triggers it? The mind is a strong thing. The mind is a strong thing. I believe when you leave your body with your soul, you must leave with a part of your mind too. You must remember certain parts of your life, because when people come back, your family members come back, people get mad, because I think I understand that people want their family members to move on. Some people are just insulted at the fact that some people will say that family members are sticking around instead of going to heaven. But there's different parts to us. There's the physical part, there's the thought part, there's the frequency part. We live on. Death is something described to us as, a lot of people, think death is like, something very painful. As a matter of fact, to reassure people, not that it's a good thing talking about death, but you're most often at ease, no matter how bad of a shape you are in. There's control in your body that shuts off painful regions, and you literally go to sleep. If the pain is too high, well, that's so be it. You can even combat that and remain alive, make your brain believe that you're fine. Brain can control pain. I mean, look at the effort of a woman. Guys do all the brave things except give birth, right? Which is something incredible. You think the bravery of somebody going through that or whatever. So we are an incredible human race that are so brave to do so many things. That's why I believe that the ideal of an alien experimenting on humans. Well, of course, we're warriors. Some people raise their kids to be horrible, evil, mean people, and they beat the shit out of everyone because the parents beat them. You can do that with animals. You can do that with anything. With zoo animals, you can abuse of them. I mean, when you see monkeys walking in cages and pulling out their hair and stuff like that, humans do the same bloody thing. There's no difference, right? That's how I see it. And something else, lover of the Lord, thank you. And it just disappeared again. I'll read that in a second. When I go down here, after seeing the things I have seen through an infrared scope, you'll wish you were born with it. Thank you very much, Gate Smasher. And he also says, starting to release information on building contractors for the moon. Imagine that. After 40 years, they're going to tell us what we already know. Yes, I know. I hear you. Dude in the house. Hey, Bruce, do you know anything about the author Gary Wayne of the Genesis 6 conspiracy? No, I don't. It does ring a bell. I'm not going to hide it. I do not know much about that for sure. Julie Stats, something in the air. Speedos are bright, Bruce. Nano. Nano Speedo. I'll put, if ever I have the balls to get into, literally, have the balls to get into a mankini, like that guy there. Hey, that Russian guy there that talks, he wears like that fluorescent mankini, the big hairy chest. That'd be funny. I'll have to do something like that to mock the trolls a little bit. Space stuff in the house. Hope you're also doing well these days. Thank you very much. It's good to see you as well. Love you, brother. Which one, Kai? Which song? Let me scroll down here. Hey, Rusty never sleeps. Watching from the Bayou State, way out in the swamps. Thank you very much. Look up for UFOs tonight. Always UFOs in the swamp. Man, you're tickling me when you talk about skulls. What's the name of the song? Oh no. Is it Fernando you want me to sing? Please tell me it's not Fernando. Well, I can hear it in the air tonight. Yeah, Fernando. Fernando? I dare to sing that song. Which song? Steve. Hi, Bruce. Loving your vids. Thank you very much, kind sir. Appreciate that. Julie Stats, thanks again for the generous contributions. Elias Valhatla, thank you, brother. Crazy Music Space Jam. Fernando. Which song? Fernando? Are you serious? Thank you, Darla. Thank you, Julie. Souls do indeed exist. Look up title on YouTube, Soul Leaving the Body. Right on, brother. You see the same shit as me, man. Yes, there has been real images. As a matter of fact, in the 1800s, the end of the 1800s, they actually came to the conclusion that it weighs about a quarter of an ounce or something like that. They had the weight of it. They weighed the person instantaneously the minute he gave his last breath. I'm laying on good vibrations. Good, good, good. Okay, I'm just being stupid tonight. Some of us can see it, brother. I've witnessed some family members come back, man. I've seen some very scary stuff, man. Maybe we're tasked to send them over to the other side. I don't know. One of my old girlfriend died from cancer. I'm sorry to hear about that, David. Sorry to hear about that, brother. I know exactly when she died. Her soul went right through me. See, these are actually beautiful stories. Mind you, it was a sad event, but it was beautiful stories when things happen. It proves that there's love. It proves that life goes on. And it proves that, especially in your most vulnerable moment, like a child, me, when I was a kid, um, I had encounters because I had lost my dad. And I think I was so troubled having lost my father that I started having all this activity, around me. And it wasn't in my mind. I'm telling you, this is officially for real, the experiences, that happened. I love you for that, man. It's true. The dead don't die. My dog died, seen his soul leave. An animal. It must be beautiful, actually. Well, you know what I mean? It is. It's something beautiful to have the chance to be able to see that and probably even feel also maybe before the departure that can happen. Exactly. It hangs around as long as it likes. It's in the new afterlife. Its foot is in the realm for the first time, and then it just probably free to roam the universe forever. I really do believe that. Maybe they go and join forces on the spirit side and become, you know, healing angels. I mean, life is just so effing beautiful when you think of it. Honestly, really is. Adios, merci, mon frère. Jimbo, thank you, sir. Honest engine. I don't tell stories, just experiences, and glad I have an outlet with y'all. More than welcome, Jimbo. I appreciate you for coming here. If I'm not mistaken, I think I even saw you on my brother's channel. I appreciate you guys coming around, or whether it be that or the music channel. Those of you that don't know my brother, Jason John Swartz, in my featured channels, if you're interested in finding out about keto, not just dieting. I almost insulted him the other day when I said he should be a dietitian. It's a lot more that he's bringing to the table of that. I got a strike, not a strike, sorry. Well, actually, they demonetized me on the video that I was talking with my brother about health. Imagine. So you guys can check him out on his channel. Let's talk about space, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about space. Let's talk about space, just a little bit of space. Let's talk about space. Why are you guys putting all that shit, that music in my mind? That's back in my time, Dankex, man. That's really back in my time, going out into the clubs, maybe even almost getting a little old in the clubs by that time. The future is causative to the present. I like that. Could possibly be. Guy looking up causative. Death is the beginning of life. Chavez 8688. Thank you for being here. You're absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. Death is the beginning of life. Absolutely. It's a new beginning. Nice cold breeze just comes in. Yeah, it's the beginning. It really is the beginning of life. And when we die, you see, I believe that we're here in the physical world to experience what the physical world is like. Anybody want some coffee? Get a refill before it gets hot, cold actually. Duh. Depends for all your leaks. I once blocked the hole in the roof with some Depends. I often feel some presence in my house, but nobody else. Nobody else feels it. That's very interesting. Also, you see, when my son was here, I didn't linger on mentioning him like, oh shit, yeah, like, hey, Mike, did you see that? Call him Mike for now. I said, Big Mike. And yeah, and some people will feel it, some people won't. Me, it's something that's been around me. When I go camping with my friends, Aleaus is going to see it when we're camping together. I've always had an incredible experience. And you know what? I only have a unique experience with someone that is very spiritual. With Aleaus, it's going to be a spiritual journey. We should go all crazy out. I could just see an old man trying DMT for the first time and just go, oh, just having a hell of a trip, right? We're gonna have some fun, Elias. You know what, Elias? Let's sell our cars and head to the Dominican Republic for a week and just film it. Dominic, no, we need the Jeep to go to. What's your thoughts about the two sun sightings? Well, did you know, Taz, Momentum Trader, thank you very much for being here. And thanks for asking that question. There are two suns in our solar system. Happened many years ago where they found that out. As a matter of fact, probably as far back as 2015. It just so happens that the second sun like object, which, by the way, has been referred to as Planet X, Nibiru, Planet 9, Nemesis, um, Wormwood, not Spermwood. What the hell am I talking about? Wormwood, right? Um, exists. It really does exist. Um, the planet like object is supposed to be a dark brown dwarf. I have a problem with that though, because brown dwarf, Dominic, thanks again for being here. A brown dwarf, there's not any known anywhere in the universe, any suns that have fizzed out and have become a black dwarf or brown dwarf. If it is a brown dwarf, it would be on the like 26,000 years, 13,000 year cycle where it comes by every so many 13,000 years. In 2015, there was one that was spotted. Where this object is behind the sun. So it's hard to see. I confirm to you that I filmed that Planet X. I have video of it. Beautiful, even proving that it's an object having clouds going by in front of it, thus proving that it's not a lens flare either. And where is that object? It's way behind the Kuiper Belt, and it's far out behind Neptune, Mercury, and everything, like way out there, right? It's in the Oort cloud, the Oort cloud, OORT cloud. And inside of that cloud, that is where Nemesis is, Wormwood, whatever you want to call it, that comes by every so often. And it's almost like a second sun or a brown dwarf. So it could be a dying star, right? And that object is behind the asteroid belt, far behind the sun. And it was seen apparently and recorded in 2015. I made the video in 2017 where I saw it. And guys, it was coming from behind the sun, literally from behind the sun. You only see it beside the sun because, like all the asteroids that I've always shown everyone here, it comes and it appears in a screen beside the bright celestial object, whether it be the moon, whether it be a sun. If not, you're not going to see them when they go further out. They disappear. And it's very interesting to get the chance to see some of that. And I do believe, never, ever put it in the title that it was Nibiru. I put a planetoid because a planetoid, when you do reference and study, it's literally something that is planet sized, a planetoid, right? Vladimir, I often feel some, thanks a lot. Thanks for sharing that, bro. Maybe our souls go to space or another planet. See, that's interesting. John Lear thought that the moon was a recycling machine, right? A bit odd, but who knows? My dad told me that my grandfather was on a star and that's where he would go when he died, and that if I wanted to speak to him, that I just had to talk to the brightest star in the sky. He talked to me about the North Star. Then I did a lot of research, and the North Star is, did you guys know that the North Star is actually considered heaven? There's even some parts of the Bible they talk about it. Always so interesting, the stars. They say that we are star people, that we're from the stars. I would believe that a lot. Yes, we are nomadic. That's why I'm having fun doing my nomadic diet. If you travel back in time, says I am Kai, and meet you, you change yourself in the present. If the past you doesn't follow the program or plan. So yes, exactly. Family Guy taught me that. They even talk about it in there. So that's something, yeah, they say for real, time travel is done behind a black hole. And black hole is the most dense object in the solar system, along with neutron stars. And black hole is not a hole, but they say that going around a black hole in its orbit, you can imagine the magnetism right around that. When you go around in that, you can go back into the past. They say you can't go back 1,000 years, you can't even go back 100 years. You can only go back to the point of start when you started going around the black hole. But that's been proven, they say. I don't know how the hell they prove that, but apparently it's confirmed from the Michio Kaku all the way down to the professionals that talk to us, that you have to wonder once in a while. But they say that you would go back to, if I was born in 1975 on February 15th. So if I go back to February 15th, I could meet myself a very different person. I could be very different. I could maybe even look different. Could have different family members that don't look like the family members that I have. So that remains very interesting. I wouldn't be brave enough to do so, because I would definitely believe that I'd need to see hundreds of thousands going before me to be able to stick my head in one of those. Have you ever seen the movie The Fly? No, thanks. Not interested. 10 cent. Be careful what you think. You see, the devil is a trickster. That's for sure. The devil's a trickster. I've killed the devil many a times. And when I actually concluded that and said that, I started getting a feeling of a dark presence, because I literally did kill off the bloody devil. He's not welcome here. And with the energy I have around me, the positivity, there's something happened when my dad died, that there's something that is protecting me. I have a protective guide on the other side. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it's something beautiful. The communication's beautiful. It's something that's there not to annoy you. It's something that's there like a pocket knife in case you need it. It's very odd. And I've felt that all my life. And I've experienced, witnessed, and seen moments even in my life where I should have probably almost died and was sort of saved. Not sort of, I was saved. And it wasn't me. It was someone else. There's somebody out there that's really protecting me. I have no idea why or how, but I'm honored to it. And again, sure, they can be tricksters. I've tricked the devil before, and he's not very happy. The devil is a wimp. I defy him to try to even come here this evening. I've done so many tests about it. I've dared the piece of shit to come near me, and he won't. There's something in my energy that protects me against an evil entity. I can feel it from miles away. I can sniff out a dog, a dirty dog, anytime. Hey, I'm not. Promise. Hands are here. Not touching myself, man. Trump put his face on Rocky's body to mock the trolls. You gotta love him. You gotta love the guy. I've done that too, Yeah, boy. Dominic, thanks again for being here. France to get the yellow jacket. Yes, we need the, oh my God. Need the white Speedo. Yeah. Maybe I'll just hold the Speedo on a flag. I'm not and not, not courageous enough. Well, East Coast girls are hip. Love those clothes they wear. And the Beach Boys, I love them. Love them a lot. A lot. Good old Beach Boys. Any of them alive? $21 grams. See, exactly, just under an ounce. I think I read that somewhere. You're right. I have too. Under an ounce, I heard. Which, not that I would know, but 21 grams is 7 grams less than an ounce. I learned that in school. I was good at ounces in school. No, I have not, my friend. Hey, Chris Stevens, how's it going, brother? Good Guybers. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that, man. I read your post about the hackers. Keep up the good fight. Thank you for the inspiration, you guys. Yes, I share everything that's going on. You're winning. It may not seem like it, but you are. It really does. Thanks to you guys. Honestly, like, couldn't thank you all enough for the amazing support, guys. I love you all so much. Really appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words, brother. I've heard that reincarnation works like a pendulum. I've heard something like that too. This trip male, next trip female. Fuck, I hope not. I hope not, but then again, I have to admit that in a past life, it has happened to me where I thought that I was a woman. I felt that very, very, in a very, very odd way. One day my breast was swollen. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding about that. I felt something that I was someone else, and I sort of do believe that the, obladi oblada, from male to female. Oh my gosh. I can tell you I prefer the male one. Was gone for a few at the age of 3. I've hardly ever spoke of it, but I know I was still me. A lot of people go through a lot of stuff, Hey, that's cool, Jason John. JJ. Awesome. Someone died, everyone lost 21 grams, no matter your weight. So some said is the weight of the soul. That's intéressant. Very interesting. 10-4 coffee. Absolutely. I'm hiccuping here. I finished 3 days of fasting at 7 p.m. tonight. It's 9:37. I'm into yet again my 4th day of fasting. You guys would be surprised at how little weight you lose when you don't eat anything for a week. It's incredible how you keep the weight. So, and I keep laughing about it, but it's true. If it was the end of the world, the fattest people will be left, and they'll be here for a freaking long time. They'll be walking around for 7 months, drinking water and not eating food. It'll be a long death, long wait, Bor. Probably even last a year. If you weigh 300 pounds, I'm telling you, when you think of that. I know, isn't that abuse? They do that all the time to me here, Rod R. Every time I get up. Sparks. You probably remember the video. If not, hi, Norma C. Hi, Norma. Thanks. Hey, thanks, Jason. Good whistling. Dry mouth since I've been fasting, though. Not very humid in the mouth. I'm always drinking. The first 2 weeks, I had to put chapstick on all the time because my lips were drying up. I wasn't drinking enough water. Not drinking enough water. I saw Sparks in the house. Norma C, thanks again for coming by. Love your aliens are mining on the moon. Hey, thank you, Tune. I jam it for my peeps all the time. You rock. More than welcome to anybody jam any of the music that I'm making. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Someone should film a politician's death. Yeah. 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 Hey. Ho, ho, ho. No. Costa Nostra. That was a good one. I know why too. Because we're not going to see anything go up. I wrote that in the community the other day, actually. I said, maybe they don't have a soul. They don't see the soul leaving their body. I think what's going to happen is we're going to see them be sucked through the floor from underneath. CCC. CCC, senor. Yeah, man. Listen, I have not taken one day doing this research. I'm almost even concerned about me going for 3 days or 2 days camping or whatnot. We're gonna have some fun, man. Gonna relax and do a lot of filming too, man. Like I said, the infrared cameras and stuff like that could be exactly where we are. We don't have to go walking around or nothing. I'll be so thin then by the time we go there, man. Hey, can you think of it, Eliaus? I'm going to be at my weight already by the time we go camping. Hard to believe. It's like I can't get it into my head that I'm going to be thin and normal. Yeah. Fishing. That's what my hackers do. When my Akita Madonna died for a few seconds, literally was her as I stretched out. My surviving dog Zig rolled on his back like she used to when it was physically impossible for him. I tell you, love is strong and the spirit is strong. You know, amen to that. There's a higher being, there's a higher power out there. Mr. Tower was saying it. The tower is the frequency. Thank you, Norma C, for welcome everyone. I appreciate that. Yes, Darla, thank you. The stories from the camping trip should be pretty amazing. We're gonna get some cool stuff. Not my Jeep, not my guitars. Get a rob a bank if you want. Elias and I are going to bury the people that cause us problems, what we do, and we talk freely about it because, you know, by talking about it like that, nobody really knows that it's true that we're doing it. We put the bodies in his Jeep, roll them up in the tarps, and then we go camping and we tell people it's logs. We have a good, really good fun about it. And it does. Nemesis sounds even spookier for sure. Wormwood sounds like a bunch of pervs. It could be something else. Magnetor. I've heard of that too. Brown dwarf, right behind the sun. Mama Bear, hola. Muchas gracias por venir a mi canal de investigación. ¿Cómo estás? Buena día. Okay, back to lurking. Norma C, thank you. My lurkers. Get to work, my lurkers. Get to work, my lurkers. Oh, sorry, Norma. Yep. I sound like that guy in Bid Wars. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I know. A whole bunch of people were letting me know that. Thanks, guys. Mr. MBB just had a video yesterday where he showed two suns in the sky. Did he catch them? Or it's something maybe that he showed to somebody else? Thanks for sharing that. Kimberly. We were talking about that just a few hours ago in the other stream, too. 1910 Fruit Gum Company. Juicy fruit. It's gonna move ya. It's got a taste that's get right to ya. Juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move ya. Why do I have all these stupid songs in my head? Stop putting that in my head, you guys. How serious was John Lear about Millions on the Moon? John Lear based changed his perception of how many people were on the moon when he met me, and he talked about the research, my research. John Laird talked about my research, pushed me out. His friends were totally jealous of me. They actually thrashed him for him having, shared my research. He was much of just like a CIA agent. He's a retired CIA agent, supposedly, even though he was just flying planes. The guy was really nosy, was into my stuff, was doing a lot of weird stuff. I declared him of being a double agent. There was a lot of hacking going on and stuff. This guy, up to no good. What he did is he started causing trouble in my neighborhood. And I said, I said to myself, he gets just one little fight. That's it. I'm a yeah, very special person. I met some people in ufology that really concerned me, that the mentality of them and what they were doing and who they really were as people. The real UFO world of ufologists is not on YouTube. It's outside. It's private. A lot of people have communicated with me. My work's been vetted. It hasn't been done with trophies or on television or whatnot, but it doesn't matter. I hope I've helped contribute at least 1 to 3 findings on the moon that, hell, the Pentagon maybe didn't necessarily know about. Don't forget, there's lots of different characteristics of UFOs. I'm not, venting here or making myself more important than I am. You don't have to be important to find something on the moon that could go be very dangerous to be leaked out when it comes to national security. But I'm not so worried about that. I'm more worried about what they're hiding, from what country they're hiding. And if they're hiding the moon so much, are they up there? A lot of that comes up into consideration. Almost getting off here, you guys. I'm going to start coughing like a maniac. Excuse me. How they can prove that is a theory only. I think, yes, that's the thing, right? Yeah, I agree with that. As a matter of fact, some of the coils that we see melted with the rock melted over the coil near the pyramids and stuff, these people in ancient civilizations were so advanced. They were so advanced as compared to us. Hey, thanks so much, everybody, for stopping by. The generous contributions. If you're here, it's an incredible contribution in itself. I think there are thousands, the number of beings on the outer and inner moon. I really think so too. Honestly, I agree with that. I love Rods. Thanks for being here. Also, if I missed some of you, appreciate that. Yep, bionic mosquitoes are also coming. They're doing, guys. I'm just gonna say, because I'm not allowed talking about it, of course. Peel your fruits. Peel your fruits. That's right. People used to like putting lemon zest in food because it's healthy. Not anymore. Peel your foods. Speaking of peel, look up the company Apeel, Apeel. Remember, I told you about that. And look it up. I love when astral realming, someone asks, who is my master? And I say, I have no master. Sort of badass, eh? I have no master. Oh, Kai. Oh, I'm your sister-in-law. Oh. I have outer protection too. Thanks for bringing that up. And I believe you, and I appreciate you sharing that. I'm happy that one person did so far, anyways, because I do have an outside protection. A lot of you do too, I believe, for whatever the reason. I don't know if it's us that realizes it or promotes it, or we have a certain journey to do, right? Vladimir, well said, brother. Believe your instincts. Absolutely. Hey, we're the monkeys. Thank you very much, Stephen A. Mr. Crowley. Mm-mm-mm. Do 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 do. Mm. Meow. Yes, I do know Aleister Crowley is. Very screwed up person. Actually, Casa Nostra, you know what? I'm going to do my next Dark Side podcast about Aleister Crowley. For those of you that don't know about Aleister Crowley, very unique person. Dove deep into the realm of Satanism, was very powerful, became a master of Satanism, witchcraft and whatnot, black magic. This guy was something out of this world in the way he talked about the women, just talking about a woman's and his descriptions, and he's a very, very, very sexual person too. This guy is a warlock, a witchcraft, if you want, dark witchcraft, dark sorcerer. And Aleister Crowley, not a lot of people know about him. There's a lot of people like him, actually. The stories that I should go. Casa Nostra, Aleister Crowley will be my next podcast that I'm going to talk about Aleister Crowley, because he was into a lot of dark things. As a matter of fact, incantations, everything. He changed. He was a psycho, apparently. Julie Stats, thank you so much. Generous contributions. I love you guys so much. I appreciate that. Hiccups. I got the hiccups. So I thank you all so much for stopping by. You guys really rock. Hiccups again. I'm going to leave it at that. Hiccups again. And I'm going hiccups again. Excuse me. I'm going to invite my friend David. Copy. And I'm going to have Lover of the Lord come on to the channel. And we're going to talk in private. There's the link. And you can get on before I end the stream. So take your time whenever you can. You might have problems clicking on it. You never know what can happen here. We never know. My son wrote a beautiful, uplifting poem today, right when I needed it. Mama Bear, that is something beautiful. It's always beautiful to receive some love from my kids like that. My son's been giving me back a lot of love and appreciation, and very loving. That's awesome. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Little things in life. Miss Numerous, thanks again very much for being here. Again, my friend David, that link is there. Take your time, brother, and experiment with that link to click on it. Heard something about that. Sister or daughter or something like that. I will have to check that out. Barbara Crowley. I'll look into it in case there's something I could add to that Aleister Crowley with, yeah. Wow, Dominic, I just fasted 48 hours again a few days ago. Good for you. Congratulations. Feels good, eh? Day 3, I'm 3 hours into it. The day 4 now, finished 72 hours. The last I streamed 8 days completely, right down to the last hour and 8, the first minute of the 9th day. Absolutely, really proud of myself. And I did that. I ate one meal the next day. So say to yourself, it wasn't even a day of eating. Then after that, I'm going now another 7 or 8 days, maybe 2 weeks. At one point, I'm going to be able to fast a couple of weeks. It's incredible. The more you fast, the less you're hungry, and losing a lot of weight. I'm going to be going down like tomorrow for sure. When I get on the scale, probably 248, 249. I'll be very happy with that. It's going to go down to the 230s. Another week, at the end of the week, I'll be down to 230s and down to 220s a week after that. A couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I'll be down to 220, from 297 down to 220 at 48 years old, fasting. Today is National Poutine Day. Google plastered an image of a poutine on there. I felt like freaking busting the screen down because I don't eat good stuff anymore. Barbara Bush is the splitting image of the old man. She really is. A pretty woman's can a man do some stupid shit? Yep. Welcome to the jungle. It's fucking crazy. Crazy. Let's play all those, man. It's our time, man. It's my time. You're my age anyways. Not that much older than me. Something told me we're gonna have more stuff soon on Bruce's music channel. I think you're right. I actually think you're right because I'm feeling like singing. My head is so clear now, Elias. It's like I'm. You guys are gonna think I'm nuts. I've been fasting, coming downstairs. The colors are more vibrant. I'm not bullshitting you guys at all. The colors are more vibrant. I'm noticing the sounds are different. I'm like, holy shit, I'm healing every problem that I've ever had, regenerating myself, going back younger, but my skin is looking like oranges because I'm losing so much weight. I got to keep it up. Got to keep it up. Come on, let's go. Space trucking. Hey, listen, His Highness, it's coming. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming. They want to develop. I don't know if you guys heard about it. I think Wednesday's stream, I mentioned this. You know, the National Guard in the States, they want a space National Guard, right? That's what they want out there in space. And now they're saying, well, no, it's because you see, they get to open more branches of stuff. And that National Space Guard is going to be there for the Space Force. So, ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars, they are preparing Star Wars, literally, which is like, what the hell? It is, Gate Smasher. Good is winning. Everyone keep up the good vibes and prayers. If you don't, maybe you should. Things are better on the good side. They really are. And I'm telling you guys, look into the channels. You don't have to dig deep to find out the real news of what's going on and what's happening and what they're doing in the background. Actually, to the point where I don't even know how you and I, the ones that know about what's going on, how we can actually come on and still laugh because it's atrocious what's going on. And I'm sitting here saying, well, it's life. It's incredible. We're not ready for UFOs, you say, and know about aliens? Of course we are. Of course we are. No, people aren't going to jump out of church windows. Most people probably won't give a shit, excuse the expression, about what's going on out there. Abba, yeah, is another name for the Most High Lord. I heard that too. According to some certain creeds and cultures, yes, it's beautiful stories of all the cultures. There really are. ABBA sang that song. Well, thank you. It's ABBA that sings that. Fernando. Hey, Stephen A. So do I. So do I. Hey, we got ourselves the Bacons here. Stick around. Don't move. And maybe our friend, lover of the Lord, is missing or tired this evening. And if so, many a times I'm finally going to get to talk to my friend Julie. Oh, Julie. That sounds so much fun. We should do a Bruce Sees All camping trip. Anyone that's welcome, you guys, it's in the region. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Where we watch live action, Bruce. I'm telling you, Bruce, you really should go live with your telescope. Amazing. I'm thinking about it. So listen, guys, thank you so much for having come on. I'll be with you in a second, Julie. Damn right. Set up in Quebec hotels. Oh, is that a mosquito? The hell? Hotels, campsite, meals, and the ability to cross the border to and from. That's what I'd do. I'd go one hell of a journey, go down and see you, Julie, and Gate Smasher, and head down to the southern border in Texas. Bring our drones, set up tents and camps, talk to some of the migrants. It would be effing cool. Seriously, like in my heart, but Trudeau doesn't leave the country. So Oregon's having its 23 annual UFO festival. Yes, Lisbon, if I'm not mistaken, right? Well, all right. I'm going to the background. I'm going to the other side. Thank you, everyone, for having come by. Lover of the Lord, if you have a problem coming on, we can do it next time. I want to be sure everything's okay. Says Jesus Christ, my master. There's my other brother. All right, guys. I'll see you all on the flip side very soon. I love you very much. And thank you so much for having stopped by the screen. Thanks, mods, and thanks for the generous contributions. Bye for now.